First video I'm gonna be reacting to is Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Did it better. 2.6 million. Alright, that's crazy number. But I need to fix a bit the screen for some reason. Like, you don't see it very well. Okay, now that's better.
Oh, maliciously. Bitchin', how we do? Well, first
I
you
like
put your
it's
hand
low.
upon me. Okay. Yes. Like that. Now lower. Uh-huh. Lower. A little lower. If we had junk, you'd be gay right now. Fusing!
Yes, Mez.
Really? Because it looked like...
That scene was pretty funny, but
Oh, he's loud.
my god, it blew my mind when I first saw it. It's easily one of Team 4-Star's most ingenious changes they have ever made to the series. It's no secret to me that TFS loves Dragon Ball, and therefore they fill their videos with tons of great stuff. But I think a lot of it goes unappreciated. And seeing as DBZA wrapped up their 3rd season with a nice cell-shattering, heartstring-tugging bow, I figured now would be the perfect time to make this video.
The cricket sounds in the background.
That's a terrible impression.
But not inaccurate.
Why are you still here?
But before I get into this, let it be known that I am only considering elements that would work for both the abridged and regular versions. Characters like Mr. Popo, Ghost Nappa, and Guru, while brilliant, cannot be counted. This holds true for story beats like the Muffin Button and Krillin's tax evasion because, just like my hypothetical singing
I gotta love how he's mentioning all these references that I have no clue about. Again.
career, it would make no sense. But then again, when has something not making sense ever stopped them?
Now then, it's time for me to make the donuts.
Now, I'm no
Donuts, I
doctor,
like
professor,
donuts.
scientist, king myself, but I'll have you know I own a fraction of the Dragon Ball manga, so I think I'm pretty much an expert on the topic I'm discussing right now. English words. And for my first trick, I will attempt to convince you out there that don't agree that Team 4-Star has some truly inspired ideas for the Dragon Ball story that I think made it better. Don't at me.
I would never even. Twitter doesn't exist. What are you talking about? I don't know what that is.
First things first, let's talk about Team 4-Star's
Let's
Piccolo.
go.
It's good to have you back, Nail.
Piccolo.
Not Nail. Technically, you kinda are. Shut up, Nail.
Why are you talking to yourself?
There aren't words available in the modern English lexicon
I ask myself the same question every day.
capable of conveying just how utterly genius I thought this narrative decision was and still is. But just so we both understand. Let's break this mother down! Great thing number 1,
He's a
TFS
mother?
managed to retain the characters of both Nail and Kame, 2 characters that had significant amounts of time and effort put into developing them. In doing this, they succeeded in keeping the characters relevant. Fucking great. Let's keep going. Great thing number 2, it gives Piccolo something to goddamn do, what a unique concept, and someone to talk to at any time. Because of this decision, TFS were able to utilize this as a vehicle of dispensing exposition to the viewer as well as creating unique character moments.
Day Crush. Anarchy Barrage. Taco Tuesday.
Taco
Hellzone
Tuesday.
Grenade. Screw you, I'm keeping that one.
Now, while funny, that clip also serves a secondary purpose of giving context to this.
Oh.
Oh.
Hellzone Grenade.
Oh man, it's even got a cool name.
Oh.
This is sort of an aside to this whole conversation, but really this decision's most brilliant attribute can be summed up in
Can somebody explain to me what this video is about? I still don't get it.
4 words. No mouth flaps
Means no.
needed. This is the reason why the dialogue
What's a
between Nail,
mouth
Kame,
flap?
and Piccolo is so damn entertaining. The writing for it has
Hey,
significantly
what do you mean maybe it's time to watch it then? I'm literally watching the video.
more freedom than the vast majority of interactions have. Even those of you out there who don't know how to edit can appreciate just how simple creating this scene might be compared to, say, a regular dialogue sequence. And that's what makes it so damn brilliant.
It's Kriller time! It's never gonna be a thing.
Okay, yeah,
Oh, I like
fine.
animation
Cooler time
there.
might not ever be a thing, but you know what is a thing?
What?
These two. They're a thing now.
Oh,
and
really?
their budding relationship all the way to its
Oh my
eventual
god, but he's
climax.
so small. Sign in to
This
confirm your
was
age.
handled so damn well.
Oh my
By his own
God.
admission, Akira Toriyama does not think he's very good at writing romantic stories, which freed up a lot of growing room for TFS when handling this aspect of the Cell Saga.
He's big now. Bigger.
This remote's a lot heavier than I expected. Huh.
Subtle inclusions like this didn't need to be there, but they were put in anyway because it enriches the experience by
What
giving
was
us
that?
added insight into the character Krillin. And as a result, his relationship with 18 feels more earned. And it all comes to a head here, when
Excuse
Krillin
me?
is faced with a dilemma. Press the button or let her go. We all knew where this was going, and this could be a personal preference, but the
Let her
dialogue
go.
in Krillin's mind during
Let her
this
ho-
sequence was fantastic. Followed
I said let her go. I didn't say let her ho, okay? That was the second. I said let her go, not not let her ho. Just making things clear.
quickly after
Although
by
if you let her go, there is a possibility that she will become a hoe, but never mind.
18's rationalizing of the situation as best she could. This
The love
relationship
interest.
felt more real. It felt earned.
Oh, no.
It was more satisfying to watch as it unfolded compared with Funimation's version, if you ask me. If you, like me, are a longtime fan of Dragon Ball, then you too probably know the pain of what it's like trying to describe
Yeah.
what is and isn't canon to the show of Dragon Ball to a new or non-Dragon Ball fan.
I can definitely tell you what is and what isn't canon.
It's a nightmare for both people. Hey man, could you explain to me what's canon in Dragon Ball? Oh yeah, sure, it's super easy dude, check it, okay. So Akira Toriyama wrote like 519 chapters of manga. They get turned into 444 episodes of anime with 13 movies and 2 TV specials. Oh, so the Dragon Ball movies are canon? No, the movies weren't written by Akira Toriyama and therefore they are not canon. Well, except for the last 3 movies.
You
He
said
wrote
13
those.
movies.
Okay, so everything in the manga is the canon source material. Wrong again. Ever since Dragon Ball Super started, the canon's sorta screwy. The manga and the anime story are both written by Akira Toriyama. They're both kind of the same, but, you know, totally different and canon at the same time.
Okay, you lost
Everything's
me.
pretty much canon after Z. Huh, well, except for the Dragon Ball Heroes anime, but that's obvious. And don't even get me started with Broly, dude. You see what I mean?
Hey, I
if
like
TFS
Broly.
makes it, then it's part of the canon
That's my
of their
favorite.
show entirely. There's no dissertation that's required for you to read prior. It's simple, it's easy, it's fucking better.
Attention, everyone! Your planet is a mudhole for entitled weaklings, and you're all worthless. I'm going to
Oh,
claim
no.
my birthrights.
But Dad, what about Cell?
Fuck up.
Okay, let's talk about the androids. I gotta be honest with you guys. In the original run of Dragon Ball, I
these
didn't
are
really care that
androids?
much for androids 16, 17, or 18. You know, I thought their designs looked cool. Other than that, they were kinda boring compared to the other characters in the story. And I know those are all subjective thoughts, which is why I will try to ignore all of the examples I want to talk about and instead focus on what I think are 2 important additions TFS made to the androids' characters, which I think are objective improvements. Firstly, let's talk about androids 17 and 18. TFS added
They're
a
beautiful.
host of additional background information regarding the 2 characters, which helped the audience sympathize with them. While Trunks and Krillin are looking for Cell beneath Dr. Giro's lab, Trunks actually stumbles upon schematics for the androids. None of that information was privy to the viewer in the original run of the show. Additionally, Bulma reveals yet more information regarding their backstory in a later episode. These are powerful inclusions to the story that give reasoning to why they
Is
have
Dragon Ball
acted the
still
way they
ongoing?
have, and serve to humanize the 2 as more than robotic killing machines. A line that comes up time and time again with the androids in DBZA is one where a character informs them that what they are doing is a poor decision, to which they respond, maybe, but it's mine to make. This gives clear insight to the viewer that they are still bitter about being made slaves by Dr. Giro, and that they, right now, proudly live for themselves. Now, that's good and all, but I haven't even gotten to the incredible changes they made to the story for Android 16 yet. In the 56th episode of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Team 4-Star made the single largest change they have ever made to a character in a serious light. While Bulma is repairing Android 16 after his clash with Cell, she uncovers a hidden folder containing an insightful video
no.
of Android 16 before he
Oh,
was an
no.
android. Now, for those of you out there that didn't hear, near the end of that video, a man off camera shouts, something is tearing its way through the compound, and behind that again you can hear a Kid Goku charging up his Kamehameha. And using that, we can infer that this footage was filmed during the Red Ribbon Army arc of the original Dragon Ball, when Goku was making his way through a Red Ribbon base. And it's during this, Dr. Jiro's son, who became Android 16, was killed.
Oh,
that's heavy.
sad.
It gives more motivation behind Dr. Jiro's hatred for Son Goku, and builds up 16's relationship with his
Not
father.
that I care that
it's
much,
a
but
beautiful
yeah.
addition, and one that only serves to elevate all
Is
those
that
involved.
though?
I'm honestly
Hello.
shocked more people don't talk about it. All that aside, there are of course huge changes made to certain characters like Yajirobe and Korin, what with them being in a relationship and all. And that, what
These two are in a relationship? Now I understand why you constantly tell me to watch Dragon Ball Z. You just want to see my reaction of them having schmexy time.
while nonsensical, gave the characters something more to do. It gave them something more to say. And above all else, it gave us, the viewers, a new angle for which to look at the show from.
I get it now.
At the end of the day, Team 4-Star has an enormous advantage in that they are an independent company operating as fan writers with over 30 years of hindsight when writing and preparing these scripts. So in many respects, it's not a fair comparison. But with that said, I do think they handled the aforementioned points better than the original in some respects.
Good
But hey,
job.
maybe you disagree, or maybe I missed your favorite change. Either way, make sure to let me know how you feel down below in the comments section.
I feel constipated. Constipated. Okay. Well, he did ask me!
Since TFS have now completed the Cell Saga, I thought it was fitting to cover the show in some detail. But that'll do it for now. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.
You are more than welcome. There, a like for you. That was fun. I understood everything he said and more. Definitely. Most likely, obviously.